As you can see from the title and the beginning of this video, we moved across the country from South Florida to Chicago. Really not Chicago, more like the Chicagoland area, but I'm being very general for those who are not familiar with the area. So as you can imagine, moving is quite busy and quite hectic. So instead of just trying to vlog the whole process in real time as I was packing up the house, I figured I'd just sit down, chit chat now that we're here and settled more or less, and walk you through the last few weeks. So the packing, the long drive, the short hotel stay nights, and now this cozy little space that I'm slowly turning into. Hello, lovely people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Amira, and around here we talk about mindful productivity, self-care, and building soft systems that support an intentional life. All right, enough yapping. Let's rewind a little, shall we? So first we're gonna go through the first week, which is basically leaving behind everything, packing up, saying our goodbyes. Leaving our Florida home felt so bittersweet. I had my first real home office here, my first Pilates corner I got to create for myself, and I really got to dig into projects and creative endeavors and just cultivating some grounding routines amongst working full-time in my corporate baddie role, my first corporate job. But as a life update, I've since quit my corporate job to pursue this new endeavor that I'll tell you about hopefully in a couple months. I literally started packing the same week as I was handing off work projects and preparing to hand over my computer and everything. But I shared in my mid-year cozy life admin day some of the Notion systems that I was going to use to help me pack. So I just organized a little preliminary packing list and then went from there. We ended up using Piece of Cake Moving. They're based out of New York. I've seen a few content creators on here recommend them, namely Jazz Turner, if you guys know her, probably because she has a large following. She's great. She recommended this service during her move in her video, so I went ahead and checked it out. I can't really provide my final thoughts as of yet because we are still waiting for our things to arrive. We are currently still in the 2-week window that they have to deliver our stuff. My fiance gets updates on his phone, so right now our stuff is actually in Illinois, but we're just waiting for a courier to actually come deliver it to our place. I can't give them like a final review because they're not here yet. So at any rate, here's a little glimpse of what those last few days packing up looked like. Let's roll it. Hello. It's been a while. Today is Saturday the 26th, about 3 full days left here. And as you can see, the office is not packed. There's been so much going on, like with the wrapping up work. I put in my 2 weeks 2 weeks ago, and then my last day was this past Thursday. And then I drove down to bring my laptop back to the office and turn in my badge for my first big girl corporate job. Really good experience. Like my manager was awesome. She was not micromanaging at all. I could basically chill, and then as long as I got my work done, right, there wasn't really any question. Like both my director and my manager and the other managers, they were all really sad. But yeah, on to other things. Sometimes you gotta take that leap. So that's what was happening this past week. I did a little sprinkle of packing here. My manager was like, girl, you have a week left. You didn't start packing yet. You could take some time to go do other things as long as you can wrap up your projects and everything. So that was pretty nice. So that's what I was pretty much doing. It took me a good 3 days to pack my closet up, and not because I particularly had like just so many things, but really because I was kind of like running back and forth to the computer and just making sure that things were okay. I had the procrastination bug really getting to me, but I finally finished packing up all my clothes, taking everything out of my side of the dresser that we share. My closet is done, and now my fiance Mike, he's working on his closet and everything because he was working throughout the week as well. So that's where we're at in terms of packing. Literally nothing else has been packed. We've been like decluttering here and there, so really everything that we're packing now we like pretty much need. I don't know if you saw my spring reset, but I did do just some kind of like tearing down of like things that I knew I didn't want anymore. Today all I have left really in my room is just the like my side of the primary bath. So it's like a big primary bedroom bathroom ensuite, so he has like his side in the corner you guys have like never seen, and then my side is like that large side. So I have the vanity and I have like my sink area and everything. Wow, what a house, because we're definitely downsizing to sharing a bathroom again. But at any rate, so that's really all I have left, like my makeup and my nail stuff and everything, and then that will be pretty much done. Biggest hurdle, right, packing up the clothes and the shoes and stuff, that's done. So today, like I said, is Saturday. What we're trying to do now, I'm trying to pack up my office, so I just got like my little final shots of everything for the memes. I think I'm gonna make a little bit of short form content out of it. Also, side note, I got a new toy. I finally bit the bullet, and I've been watching the DJI Osmo climb in price Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, $400. Then it was like, oh, $500. Now it's $900. Thank you, government. Yeah, so I was like, okay, we gonna be with this man for 4 years. You definitely fumbled, Amira, but it is what it is, right? That thing has stayed at $900 for 6 months now. So I did get the DJI Osmo, and then Vanessa Lau on YouTube, I literally binged her Osmo like video, and I got all of her accessories, and it's been working, it's cute. I loved the accessibility and the portability. I went to go pick up my wedding dress, and I used this camera. It was like really fun to just try out and use. I filmed a couple short forms with it, and I have my little ND filter. I also realized that for short form talking head videos, like the vertical form, I do not want that ND filter on because it gives like a very grainy vibe. So yeah, I'm kind of like playing around with it and stuff, but it's nice to have just something like really accessible and portable to vlog with. I still love my ZV-E10. That's gonna be for like the long form, the really good quality, but this is just like nice to have. So I'm excited because, as I just shared, I'm starting the process of documenting my wedding and my wedding planning journey just to have for me, right? It'll be nice to like just have a little documentation of the process. Yeah, it was nice to try it out. Literally like the day after I got it is when I went to go pick up my dress and try it on again. So that was really cool. At any rate, I'm babbling about this camera, but I said to say that I will be also like, you know, just documenting the process of like me moving, because this is my first cross-country trip that I can remember as an adult, right? Like I was born in New York. Every Caribbean, they come over, they go to New York, and then they're like, damn, this is cold as hell. And then they go into some kind of warmer state. So my parents, we came to Florida when I was about 6. Yeah, I have like vague memories of driving back and forth with them. Apart from that, like this is the first like cross-country trip that I will be doing pretty much like without my parents, without my family. Now I have a new family, right? My fiance. We're gonna be driving together. So we're gonna document the 18-hour journey. So it's gonna be fun. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hopefully we can get everything done because I do wanna wash my hair later tonight. So the plan is to get the office done, and then Mike's gonna come in and help me break down the desk. And then we'll send it downstairs, and then maybe I won't touch my Pilates equipment. Maybe I'll touch my Pilates equipment tomorrow and just finish the rest of my bathroom and like packing tonight after I do the office. Because really, it's the office, it's the rest of my bathroom, and then it's my Pilates equipment. We got permission to just leave some things because the owners of the house will use it to furnish for others. So we don't have to do that much in that department, which is good. But I think we're just kind of dragging our feet collectively because we're like, oh my gosh, like just working and moving and running around all at the same time. It's a lot. So anyway, it's been 26 minutes of me yapping. So I'm gonna bite the bullet, turn on a little YouTube or something on the TV, and then we're just gonna get packing. So let's do it. Hello. It is Sunday. I'm using this mic, so hopefully the camera quality is good. I have the noise canceling on because the AC is running upstairs and it's a little loud. Apologize for these designer bags that are showing. Clearly moving is taking it out of me. So that's where we're at. But listen, today is not a makeup day. Today is a get down to business day. So anyway, I last spoke to you yesterday. So slight change of plans. Basically, we are going to go ahead and ship my car. The car peoples are coming on Tuesday. So reference, movers are coming tomorrow. Car shipment or car carrier is coming on Tuesday. And then my fiance and I will leave Wednesday early morning. So that's how we're deciding to do it. I think last minute, my mom was throwing a fit because she did not want me driving 18 hours behind my fiance. And I guess it's just one less thing to worry about, right? We don't have to kind of worry about merging together in those big cities. Atlanta, from what I can remember about our road trips through Atlanta, right? From north to south. Going through Atlanta is hell. I personally feel like if I can drive in Miami, I can drive anywhere. But I think in general, if you're not familiar with like a city's highway systems, it'll be easier to like communicate. Like I can be his little passenger wing woman if he needs alternative routes and whatnot. So yeah, at any rate, I just went ahead and broke down my Pilates equipment. I went ahead and insured this thing. Long story short, it would be like very painful if there were any damages or a loss to recoup that. This equipment is like worth $12K. So I went ahead and paid money for insurance just to give me peace of mind. It was quite expensive, but in the event that things just happen, like I'm hopefully comped in some way. But part of the stipulation of that insurance company is that you can break down things, but the movers have to actually pack it into the truck. So I'm not going to go ahead and box anything up. What I did is took videos, took pictures. So I think me packing springs away into the bags is okay. I think we'll be fine. I'm a little nervous, right? Because this is my baby, but I think I'm just going to point and be like, look, like, how are we doing this? Can we make sure that should anything happen, all of the knobs and screws and stuff stay where they're at? That's like my biggest thing. And so I'll just like tell them how to take apart the equipment. If they need to take the reformer bed off and then the other piece of the mat off and just have it be the wooden frame, that's fine too. But I feel like we should be able to carry this as it is, in my opinion, just because that's kind of like less work for me to set up. So I still have the decorative items to take. The olive tree is of course going to go in the truck because there's nowhere else to put it. It's a big old thing. And then the mirrors, they're going to wrap up. I also have one more mirror back here on the wall. And then I also have all of my office stuff, my desk and everything. I also insured my desk. So the only like big pieces of equipment, right, things that really cost over $1,000, I went ahead and insured. So just my desk and my Pilates equipment, everything else, child, that's fine. We can replace it or do without. So yeah, that's where we're at. It is nearing, I think it's 5 o'clock, something like that. I also need to go to the bank, which I probably might do after this really quickly. Go to the bank just to pull some money for the tip that we're gonna give our movers. And then gonna head over to my parents' house. They offered us some dinner. We're doing Indian, so that's gonna be nice. Just catch up before we leave. And then tomorrow, after the movers, after my fiance's workday, because he's also working, not me though, I'm jobless now. So after he logs off, we're gonna go out to dinner with his family. And then Tuesday, we're gonna go out to dinner with my family again. His birthday is Wednesday, so we just said, oh, let's do a little like dinner the night before. We can do a little thing. It was gonna be the two of us originally. I just wanted to do something nice just before we left, since he is driving me up and doing all this on his birthday. So we're going out to dinner many times before we leave, which is gonna be nice because I like me some food and I've just been so famished from just working hard and not eating. So yeah, that's what's happening. I think now that this is settled, I'm gonna wait for my fiance to come back. We're going to go head down to my parents' house, go eat some food, come back, and then probably start packing up the car. That would be really nice. So that's what's going on. Wish me luck. scare. Good morning. It is Monday, 9:15. It's moving day. The movers are going to be here any minute now. Call the gate to let them in. We just finished breakfast. I have my matcha in hand, trying to work on these bags, little brightening, so I have my little under eye masks going. I am also wearing the same thing as yesterday because that's just what we're doing. Yeah, we're gonna go let in the movers. We're gonna go kind of direct them around a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're doing. Okay, this is what we got going on. We're taking these mirrors here. All my Pilates equipment I just have out. We have all this stuff from my office. My TV stand / organizer, file cabinet. We have boxes. We also have his books, my fiance's books. We broke down our bed and the dresser, the mattress. We have 3 TVs, so we might just have them pack up one of these TVs here, this area, and then back here we have our nightstands and then my desk. We're not taking this black thing, but we have my desk, and then we have my chair, and I think that's one more office box. So, and then we have my 8-foot by 10-foot rug as well. Hello. Today is Tuesday, one full day left here before we leave tomorrow. I just wanted to come and quickly discuss what's going on. The movers came on Monday. That was fine. They took everything out of the office. Currently I'm in my office. That's why it's so echoey, and I am using a mic again. I have the noise canceling on, so hopefully my sound quality is okay. So Monday came. Today, the gentleman came and picked up my car to take to Illinois, and then so all we have left is to finish packing up my fiance's car. So we pretty much did that last night. We stayed up till 3 a.m. packing up, getting mostly everything in the car, just so we can kind of see what things could have went in my car versus his car, and like do that concurrently. So we only have very few items, and then what we might do as well for anything like some of the kitchen items that we didn't get to put, like our storage containers and stuff, we will put that in a box and label it to be shipped off. What I wanted to show you before I get to finishing laundry and everything for the day and cleaning up and stuff is what I'm doing with my plants, because I just want to document this. God forbid the plants get too stressed out, but because I'm not driving my car anymore, now we have to fit our plants, or my plants rather. Now we have to fit the plants in the back of my fiance's car. So it's gonna go behind me. I'm in the passenger seat, it's gonna go behind the passenger seat. So we did make space for that, and then my suitcase and maybe other little things and stuff. The car is full to the brim, okay? I wanna show you my makeshift home, how I'm doing this, just to document the process, because if it goes awry and the plants do not survive this journey, at least I know what I did wrong. But if it does go correctly, then I know what I did right. So don't laugh, y'all, don't laugh. So basically, I'm gonna kind of move around so you can see a little bit. So basically they're monstera plants, right? You've seen them in my videos. They look not that large on camera. As you can see, they're up to the windowsill. And this one is slightly larger, just slightly larger, right? A little bit more stems growing out than this one. But as you can see, this is not really a tiny plant. It's grown quite a lot, right? So what I ended up doing for this one is I have these bamboo stakes that I bought from Amazon. And I also got some twine. Where's my little twine here? And I also have some twine. So what I ended up doing, and I'll show you this process too once I do the other one, but I ended up putting 2 stakes. Whereas the other one's kind of just hiding in there, but I ended up just putting 2 stakes and then twining as many leaves as I could, just to get the plant a little bit more vertical, like this one, because this one, it's currently splayed out. So I want it to come together in a vertical fashion to be able to fit it like this, right? So after I twined as many leaves and such, I tried to do it by the base. I don't really know what it's called. So I did tuck some of the aerial roots in, but I tried to do it by the thickest part of the stem where the nodes are. These are pretty thick, right? The thickest part of the plants are very thick. So I figured tension theory or whatever the heck, it could probably take a little bit more tension than the thinner parts of the plant. So what I ended up doing was staking them and then twining them as much as I could. And then I got a small trash bag and I left it in its little little like planter, just like what I use to catch water when it's in the little seagrass baskets that they're usually sitting in on the little stand. So what I ended up doing is leaving them in the planter just to have a little bit of a sturdier base. And then put this around just in case it falls over or whatever. There is a little bit of a bag to catch any loose soil. And I also watered the plants last week, maybe like Friday-ish, Saturday-ish. And then I just watered them yesterday in the morning. So the soil is not wet. It's had time to dry out and everything, but it is a little damp. But I figured watering them like not too close, right? Not like the day before, but like a couple days before, just so they would have some nutrients. That's what I did there. And then I put this around the pots just to catch any loose soil. What I started doing, I was doing like an arts and crafts project. Don't mind the floor. I think when I took my rug up, just whatever was on the rug got on my floor. I'm gonna mop and sweep in here. But so basically I cut out a hole, I traced a hole. I did this twice, I think. So I traced a hole first to fit the circumference of the base of it. And then I taped it onto the base. And then I went ahead and took apart like a medium box, wrapped it the tightest I could without really overdoing it, right? Just to make it quite skinny. And then what I ended up doing is after I wrapped it around, taped it, making it pretty much secure. And then I cut out another hole. So now like it's a little bit more boxy. Now the base, like the new base is a little bit more boxy, right? So there's one base that I cut out and it might be redundant, but one base that I cut out just to go on the bottom once I put the trash bag on. And then another base, now that it's wrapped around, I cut out to kind of close the bottom, if that makes sense. So that's what I did. I was gonna like line the inside with foam, but I don't think it'll be too crazy because it's gonna be wedged between seats. I decided to leave the top open because I figure this way it'll at least get like a little bit of sunlight, right? Like we are in a car with windows and it will be on the chair, right? And like wedged in between my seat and the back seat. And I'm going to pull my chair up a little bit. So I figured, right, they can still get a little bit of sunlight through the leaves. I think that's correct. That's a correct assumption. Yeah, at any rate, I think this is what we're gonna end up going with. I think it works. I just wanted to make it a little bit smaller, right? Because it's gonna be really challenging to transport the plants. Their stems are left kind of splayed out in different directions. And in general, like once I transport them, get them to our new apartment, I'm gonna let them chill out a little bit for a month or two. And then I'm gonna end up like repotting and staking and whatnot. So I think like having these bamboo stakes and doing this is good anyway, just so they're not like, because I notice even like sometimes now that they're falling out of their little holders and whatnot. So I think it's just like it's growing too top heavy on one side and the other side isn't very balanced out. So anyway, I'm blabbing. Let's go try to replicate what we just did on the other one. And if you're a plant person, tell me if I'm playing with fire. I think the second one was a lot more challenging of a task than the first one. I think because the second plant is just way bigger than the first plant, definitely was a lot harder to wrangle. I'm expecting it to be a little damaged in the process, but as long as the thing doesn't die and I have to start from ground zero. Like if I lose a few leaves or whatnot, like that's fine. At any rate, I'll check in later about the results of that. And then I have two little succulents here. I mean, you know what they say about getting plants from the department stores, child. So I might just like make a little box for them just to put them in. Or I think I'm not gonna do all that. I have lots of Amazon boxes downstairs. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I don't know if you can see. So we went and just patched some of that with like the temporary spackle. So we do have some paint downstairs. Just gonna go ahead and paint over that really quickly. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We're gonna finish up the day. We have dinner at 5:30. We had dinner yesterday with his family, dinner today with my family. I had dinner on Friday with my girlfriend. So just lots of dinners. So it's not like we have much time to like work into the night for many of these days. Besides like yesterday, we were like, okay, like we want to be in a good place by today. So we worked up until the wee hours of the morning. So yeah, all that stuff really is just like the last minute things. I'm gonna pack up my like toiletries and everything, get the laundry, like vacuum seal, like the rest of the towels and stuff, and just put that all in my suitcase. And then I think we'll be good to go. I think the next time that I'll see you is when we're headed off. And I don't know how that's gonna work, child, because we're leaving at 3 a.m. So maybe I'll check in like midday tomorrow. We'll see. So after packing up, it was time for us to hit the road. So originally my fiance and I decided to drive our cars separately. I was originally bummed about not being able to be in my passenger princess era. But as I'll talk about in this video, my mom came over one day and she was like, listen, I'm not having it. You need to ship your car and drive with him. So that's what we ended up doing, which actually ended up being nice because I don't love driving. He got to drive, I got to be the passenger princess again and the designated snack bearer, so that was cute. And it worked out. It was a lot easier to navigate together rather than trying to coordinate with two separate cars, me falling behind him, all that good stuff. So it worked out for the best. The road trip itself was actually soothing in its own weird way. So coming from South Florida where we are, we're about an hour 30-ish north of Miami. So going through Orlando up to Gainesville and then out of Florida wasn't that bad. It actually didn't feel like any time at all, even though it did take us 5 hours to get over to Gainesville. And then from there, we went through Macon to Nashville, stayed the night in Nashville, and then traveled our way up through Kentucky. We took like the west route. So we traveled our way up through Kentucky and then Southern Illinois. We didn't go the Indianapolis route, that East Highway route, if anyone was wondering or makes that trip frequently. So it was a pretty nice time. Like we didn't run into any sketchy situations or anything like that. So yeah, we had long stretches of quiet. We had our music going, we had our playlist going, we listened to some podcasts, we packed our overnight bag, we got some emergency things just in case. We were pretty much good to go, but just in case, we got a portable battery for the car, we got like a tire pump if we needed it, we got a first aid kit, got lumbar pillows, just little things like that to make our drive comfortable and help us out in case we had an emergency and had to stop on the road. So really the trip was pretty seamless, as much as an 18-hour trip can be seamless. And then we arrived, we went ahead and got our keys, we moved in, and here we are. I'm not gonna lie, I am still pretty much living out of moving boxes and chaos. Actually, most of our moving boxes that we packed up the car with have been since unpacked, just like a few little bathroom items. If you're following along, you know that in my last home, it was like a pretty large primary bath, and we are now in a 2-bed, 1-bath, so we've significantly downsized just due to the nature of where we are and what I'm actually doing. We didn't go ahead with renting out a home or anything. Definitely the next home we'll reside in will be a home that we buy. So we just went ahead and went with a 2-bed apartment. So I still have my little office. Also, he has space for his work as well. So though we're still waiting for our items to arrive and make this space look a little cuter, we're feeling good so far. We're getting a lot more rest and it already feels like a soft and sweet beginning. I can't really share why I quit my job and packed up and moved back to the Chicagoland area. If you didn't know, I went to school at NU, Northwestern, down in Evanston. So I'm familiar-ish with the area. Not so much too familiar with the area that we are in right now, but we are about like maybe 40-ish minutes from the Loop downtown area. So currently I've been attending orientation. I have been easing back into some routines, setting up little corners, working with my fiance to get our schedule together, get our priorities reset, all that good stuff. And of course, you already know this is the start of a whole new season of cozy systems, and study vlogs are gonna come back, gentle structure, and I'm gonna just document the process as it happens. I'm actually excited to now be back in a state with all 4 seasons, so maybe we'll get some fall content in there as well. Here's a peek of our very imperfect but very real first week in our new home, just coming in, cleaning, all that good stuff. So let's roll that clip. As you can see by my outfit, today is Saturday. I literally just came back from a day out on the town. We spent a day out in the city. We went to the Art Institute, walked around to the Riverwalk, then back through Michigan Ave to get to our car, and then we drove up through Lakeshore Drive and then Sheridan to the Northwestern campus just to embrace the memories and whatnot, reminisce. Overall, a very fun day. I got my steps in. I wore my Oura ring today. He got his steps in. We are feeling good. Alrighty, friends, so I just wanted to come on here and share what's been happening these last few weeks, why the videos have been a little bit sporadic. I am consistently-ish posting short forms, so if you ever miss me on here, go ahead, get on Instagram, get on TikTok. And I also post a lot of those shorts here as well. So I'm still active. I'm just kind of showing more of my daily life on those platforms. But of course, this is my first love. I just have to get more into a schedule, and we will pump out more videos as the rest of the year rolls along. And yeah, so I don't think we'll be in this apartment for too long either, but I still want to do a little decorating here and there, just make it feel a little bit more cozy, a little bit more at home. Fall is coming up, so I have lots of fun routine videos, back to school system videos, a few build a system with me videos that are coming up that I cannot wait to share. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can know when that next video drops. It has been a minute, but it's been so nice catching up with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon, and don't forget to stay mindful. Bye.